अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनं शलाकया चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः।
Jai Jinendra and Pranam. Guru bin Gyana na upajhe, Guru bin mile na moksh, Guru bin lakhe na satya ko, Guru bin mite na dosh. Poet Kabir once said, "It is impossible to get knowledge without a guru." Without a guru, there is no difference between truth and untruth, fair and unfair. On this Teachers Day program, on behalf of BOT and EC, pranam to all the teachers, past and present. JSGD is privileged to have teachers like you. Thank you for all your dedication and contribution. बहुत बहुत आभार, बहुत बहुत अनुमोदना. A man should first direct himself in the way he should go. Only then should he instruct others. That is what Gautam Buddha once said, and that is what this person does. The temple, the religious activities, study class, library, bhakti, policies, JSGD recognition across US, everything has this person's contribution. This person is special to us, special to me and my family. You know who I'm talking about and who we have gathered today to thank, recognize and honor. Dhok and Pranam Guruji, Mr. Mahendrabhai Shah. Hope you're doing well, staying in good sata, and staying safe. We as big JSGD family miss you a lot. We'd like to thank you for your support, dedication and guidance for as many years as my age. You've been part of so many lives and what we have become as humans. I don't think even we realize to full extent on what you have done to us and for us. Thank you from bottom of our heart, Guruji. Your personal touch, your guidance, your supervision, your smiling face are what we look forward to, me and my family. You've always stayed in touch with us, no matter where we have been, like that elder in the family. And when I say this, I'm sure I'm speaking for most in JSGD. As a younger member, we will ever be grateful to you for this beautiful temple and family-like community. JSGD wishes you the best of happiness and health. Hope to see you soon, Guruji. Jai Jinendra, Pranam, and Dog. With that, I hand it over to Rishi Zaveri, our host for the evening.
Pranam and welcome. I would like to begin by thanking the past and current study class teachers of JSGD. Many of you have had a hand in my upbringing, and for that I am forever grateful. Whenever I think about study class, one name comes to mind first, Guruji. I don't even have to say his name, and I'm sure almost every single one of you will know exactly who I am talking about. The one who started it all, and who handled it for so many decades. And who better for the job? Born and raised in Khambhat, Gujarat, once an ancient center of Jain spirituality and learning, the son of a teacher and himself an accomplished engineer. From the beginning, Guruji had a deep interest in Jainism. He also had a great way with kids, and he had a passion for teaching. This made the perfect formula for the first Jain study class, held in 1982 at a Unitarian church, and made it a great success. Even after almost 40 years, it is still growing so strong. Now, I would like to present Nalinbhai Shah, who will talk about Guruji's numerous contributions to the Sangh, not just Jain study class. Following him will be Monica Shah, who will be talking about her experiences with Guruji, and we will also have a stavan sung by none other than Shaila bin Shah.
Jai Jinendra and Pranam. Today I will make an effort to highlight the contribution made by Shree Mahendrabhai Shah, whom we all lovingly call Guruji, in the spiritual growth of our society for over 40 years. Mahendrabhai Shah, along with many volunteers, was instrumental in starting and nurturing study classes which began in the early 80s. Today, study class has become an institution that families look for to enroll their children to enrich their lives with religious education at an early age. He developed study class curriculums based on age group, helped develop children leadership skills and singing skills through establishing programs such as Children's Day and Sutra Recital Day. Study class today is a self-sustaining entity by following a simple fundraising scheme well supported by members. Guruji was instrumental in coordinating over 11 types of pujas, which are performed year-round by Bhakti group volunteers who practiced with him to develop proper ragas for the pujas. He also prepared all the puja binders and organized pujas meticulously and on time. In addition, he coordinated bhavanas during Paryushan Parva and gave all members opportunity to recite stavans during bhavanas. He also coordinated Shraddhanjali prayers for the departed souls at the temple, counseling bereaved families, and collecting funds for Jivdaya. Guruji constantly worked to enhance usability of the temple with installation of partitions for study classrooms in the lower level of the temple, glass panels in the doors to improve safety, organize library contents properly, and move it in a more visible location of the temple for members' benefits. People who interacted with Guruji realized that he is a man of few words, very punctual, respected everyone, spoke and gave his feedback directly, received input from team members, and always went along for the greater good of the society, even if he didn't agree with the viewpoint. 3 generations of society members have benefited immensely from his dedication, time commitment, and selfless service. The walls of the temple and our hearts are enriched with his soulful voice and will continue to inspire us and generations to dedicate to the temple and the society. Late Srimati Sarojben supported Guruji wholeheartedly in all his activities, even under many challenges at home. Guruji, we bow our heads to your immense contribution for uplifting members' spirituality and enriching the temple. You are missed, but we are very happy that you are spending time with Rahul, Anjali, and grandkids. Jai Jinendra and Pranam.
Jai Jinendra. My name is Monica Shah, and I'm currently living in Washington, D.C. with my husband and my 2 kids, Janam and Devika. I've known Mahendra Uncle for over 30 years. In fact, my kids know Mahendra Uncle as Mommy's first Bachelor teacher. Mahendra Uncle's son Rahul and I were one of the first study class students back in the early 1980s. Back then, we didn't have a temple or any Jaina education resources, so we used to meet at a rented church. We didn't have much back then. All we had was a group of families who wanted a Jain community and a visionary leader, which was Mahendra Uncle. Now, I'm sure most of you know Mahendra Uncle as a pioneer and a dedicated contributor to the Detroit Jain Society. And I'm sure most of you also know that Mahendra Uncle is extremely humble, spiritual, and he's very loving towards his family and friends. But I wanted to share something different, something that you may not know. You see, I met Mahendra Uncle when I was a very small child. And at that time, I just knew him as a very nice uncle who started study class. But what I didn't know back then is that Mahendra Uncle was really setting the foundation for me, a foundation full of values, principles, and spirituality. You see, because of going to study class, I have been really inspired. With the inspiration of Mahendra Uncle, a group of us started Jains, we started Joy of Detroit, and we even went and attended YJA. It was because of the wonderful experience that I had during my study class that I wanted my children to share the same experience. And that's what prompted me to become involved with Washington's Jain Center, and I became a Bachelor teacher here too, just like Mahendra Uncle. So for me, Mahendra Uncle has been like a seed that has grown into becoming a very strong tree. This tree has been spreading its branches and has been providing fruit to the community for several years. And from this tree, new seeds are growing into new trees. Mine, Uncle, I feel so lucky to have known you all these years. I still miss your bhakti singing from Bhavnas when we were growing up, and I actually thought of you this past Parshan. I hope to come visit you soon in New Jersey, and I wish you all the best. Jai Jinendra.
મારા મનને કજ મંત્ર ગમ્યો મારા મનને કજ મંત્ર ગમ્યો હરિહંત નમો ભગવંત નમો હરિહંત નમો ભગવંત નમો મારા મનને કજ મંત્ર ગમ્યો હરિહંત નમો ભગવંત નમો હરિહંત નમો ભગવંત નમો હે દિવ્ય મૂર્તિ મમ હૃદય રમો હે દિવ્ય મૂર્તિ મમ હૃદય રમો હરિહંત નમો ભગવંત નમો હરિહંત નમો ભગવંત નમો આત્મશક્તિની માનવ મનમાં દિવ્ય જ્યોતિ પ્રગટાવી આત્મશક્તિની માનવ મનમાં દિવ્ય જ્યોતિ પ્રગટાવી કામ ક્રોધ અહંકાર તજીને કામ ક્રોધ અહંકાર તજીને મુક્તિ સરળ બનાવી ઉપકાર અતિ ભગવંત તણો ઉપકાર અતિ ભગવંત તણો હરિહંત નમો ભગવંત નમો હરિહંત નમો ભગવંત નમો પૃથ્વીને વાયુ જળમાં તેજ વીજળીને વાદળમાં આભ પૃથ્વીને વાયુ જળમાં તેજ વીજળીને વાદળમાં આદિ અનંત અનંત જીવોમાં આદિ અનંત અનંત જીવોમાં આદિ અનંત જીવોમાં છે પ્રકાશ આ ભગવંત તણો છે પ્રકાશ આ ભગવંત તણો હરિહંત નમો ભગવંત નમો હરિહંત નમો ભગવંત નમો.
There is a saying, Uttamana gunagavata, guna ave nijang. By celebrating the virtues of great people, we become worthy of those same virtues. Today, we want to talk about the virtues of Guruji, and perhaps by doing so, we may become a little bit more like him. It is said that to achieve great success in any activity, it must be done in the right way and at the right time. Guruji has closely followed this concept throughout his life. Vinay Shah will share Guruji's awe-inspiring commitment to both perfection and punctuality. Nilesh Dugli will share some of his memories of Guruji, and Bharti Shah will talk about Guruji's humility. Humility, that which differentiates great people from the greatest of people. That virtue which takes decades to develop and yet only 1 second to destroy. We will see how Guruji has kept this virtue in his heart and soul. Finally, we will also have a dance by some of our study class alumni. Enjoy.
Jai Jinendra and Pranam to all. When I received a phone call from committee member to say few words about Guruji, I felt honored. First, Detroit is the hometown for Mahendrabhai. He came here in 70s and stayed until now. In early 80s, a few members of JSGD thought of starting Pathshala for our children, and Mahendrabhai volunteered to take a lead and became the first principal of Pathshala. I believe since then he got his name Guruji. As time went by, he took leadership role in Bhakti, Bhavana, Puja, library, Shraddhanjali prayers, etc. My first experience with Guruji was in 1984 at our home when we kept Bhavana during Paryushan. He was the first one to show up 15 to 20 minutes ahead of scheduled time to set up sound system and brought all the books and needed material for Bhakti. And he was the last one to leave, making sure everything was in order. This was one of many personal experiences of his perfection and punctuality. Few other examples of perfection and punctuality are always come ahead of time to set up, whether it is class, puja, bhakti, bhavana or Shraddhanjali prayers. When programs were in Northwestern Church or Armenian Church, he brought all needed material including vacuum cleaner and make sure the place is clean when we left. He organized material at home couple days prior to the event to make sure all is in order. Organized different color folders for various puja and events like blue folder, brown folder, yellow folder, etc. For library, got the cabinets for the books, made index cards and created computer files for all the books. Guruji even learned how to operate sound system so that he does not have to wait until someone to come and help start the system. In 1996, I got a chance to work with him very closely as one of the coordinator for study class. We used to talk multiple times to plan out our next event, and I'm sure he must have talked to other committee members as well. He was managing multiple groups like Bhakti, Bhavana, Puja, etc. Guruji learned all his qualities and expertise from his father, who was high school principal in Khambat. With the grace of Shashandev, Guruji settled in Detroit and devoted his lifetime to enhance the value of our society as well as instill values of Jainism in our children. By learning principles of Jainism, led many of our children to stay vegetarian. In the end, Guruji, now your health does not permit you to stay in Detroit, and also Rahul, Anjali, Jayan and Sarina needs to spend some time with you. We wish you well and Jain Society of Greater Detroit always will be grateful for your presence in Detroit. Guruji, Detroit समाज आपनो अत्यंत ऋणी છે. જય જિનેન્દ્ર and પ્રણામ.
Pranam and Jai Janandra, Jain Society of Greater Detroit members. My name is Neelish Duggley, son of Dinesh Bhai and Sunita Ben Duggley, and a longtime member of the Jain Society. I want to first start by saying how deeply honored I am today to speak on the importance of Guruji's role within our temple, and I also personally want to thank him for the everlasting impact he has made on countless youth and families overall. My family and I have had the honor and pleasure of knowing Mahendrabhai for almost 50 years. From the days when my father and him were contemporaries at the University of Detroit Mercy to today. Mahendrabhai in the 80s had the foresight and overall vision for the role that Jainism could have for our society's youth. He believed in creating an environment for which Jain youth born and brought up here could learn about the importance of our religion, but also the applicability it can have in our daily lives. This was also during a time where our society's collective vision was still being formed, but he made sure to ensure the importance was placed on fostering an environment for our youth where Jainism was an integral part of who we were as individuals. 2 Sundays a month for 14 years of my life, my time was spent at the Armenian Church, the Jain Temple, with 100 plus young folks learning about a religion that in its purest form could all help us become better members of society. We have Guruji to thank for this. Guruji shaped an atmosphere where thousands of youth over the span of almost 40 years, whereby we not only learned about the recitation of stutis and stavans, but we also learned about the philosophy of Jainism and how we can apply it to an ever-changing world. Our curriculum, which he helped create, nurtured a setting for youth whereby ethical discussions could be had and the inclusion of Jainism could be brought into those discussions. Many of us graduated from Pathshala and moved on to college in the real world, but we never forgot the lessons we learned and the importance of Jainism in our life. We have Mahendrabhai to thank for this. Even after my time during Pathshala, one of the things that always astounded me about him was his memory. His memory was sharp as a tack. He always knew the subtle nuances that were going on in your personal life and your personal experiences. But again, this wasn't just unique to me, but to every person he interacted with that went through Pathshala and the society overall. And that sharp memory, among a whole host of other qualities, is what made him, to so many youth, such a respectful individual. He was a tireless public servant and a humble visionary. Mahendrabhai, enjoy the next chapter in your life and your time with Rahul Bhai, Anjali Bhabi, Jayan, and Serena. Thank you. Jai Janala, Chami Dukram.
My pranam to our dear and respected Guruji. I feel very grateful today that I have this opportunity to share a few thoughts about you. The quality that comes to my mind when we remember you is your humility. It is my belief that it is one of the most difficult quality to develop and strive for. When I think of your humility, I think of the various facets in which it is expressed. For example, when we've talked to you, our conversations have always been about our family, our well-being, and never about you. You always put others first. Another facet in which your humility is expressed is your ability to connect and communicate with one and all, be it children, youth, or adults. It is so heartwarming to watch you talk with these little children about mundane things like their new lunch boxes or their fun birthday parties or their after-school activities. Through the years, you have been a pillar of trust for many individuals and families who've reached out to you for help and counsel. Your patient listening and selfless efforts have helped them get comfort, clarity, and resolution in their time of need. Being humble also means putting forth your viewpoints and respecting and supporting those of others and the collective. And this you have done with much grace. Another trait I have always been in awe of is your willingness and your zeal to learn new things, like the ins and outs of the audio system or new technology like Google Classroom being introduced to study class, or even setting up the library system. Your philosophy that every individual is important and no task is big or small is a lesson for us to learn. You are a living example through your actions, like setting up chairs, stacking chairs during social events, or even setting up during Swadhyay lectures. It is my belief that your never-ending energy and your tireless work ethic comes through your humbleness. Our dear Guruji, your actions have laid a lifetime legacy and impression on the JSGD community. You are a true Karma Yogi. Thank you.
गुरु में संसार समाया, उनका है आशीष पाया, प्रभु ने खुद से भी ऊंचा गुरु का है स्थान बताया। ये गुरुवर तो ज्ञान का सागर है, इनसे ही जन्नत है। ये गुरुवर तो ज्ञान का सागर है, इनसे ही जन्नत है। गुरु में संसार समाया, उनका है आशीष पाया, प्रभु ने खुद से भी ऊंचा गुरु का है स्थान बताया। ये गुरुवर तो ज्ञान का सागर है, इनसे ही जन्नत है। पाठशाला में गुरुजी है हम सब के रखवाले, पाठशाला में गुरुजी है हम सब के रखवाले। समता और दया भाव के है वो पालनहार, पूरा जीवन किया है अर्पण उन्होंने धर्म को, प्रेम की ज्योत जलाकर किया है रोशन आंगन। ये आंगन तो प्रेम का आंगन है, इनसे ही जन्नत है। ये गुरुवर तो ज्ञान का सागर है, इनसे ही जन्नत है। डेट्रॉइट के संगवासियों आओ मिलकर गाए, डेट्रॉइट के संगवासियों आओ मिलकर गाए, गुरुजी के बक पंथ पर आकर उनका मान बढ़ाए। गुरुजी है सबके प्यारे और सबके दिल में समाये, प्रभु को उनमें है देखा, सब मिलकर शीश झुकाए। ये आशा कर आप शत में रहे, इनसे ही जन्नत है। ये गुरुवर तो ज्ञान का सागर है, इनसे ही जन्नत है। गुरु में संसार समाया, उनका है आशीष पाया, प्रभु ने खुद से भी ऊंचा गुरु का है स्थान बताया। ये गुरुवर तो ज्ञान का सागर है, इनसे ही जन्नत है। ये गुरुवर तो ज्ञान का सागर है, इनसे ही जन्नत है। हो 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 हा हा हा।
We all know, no JSGD Bhavna is truly complete without singing Vadhai at the end. And no Vadhai is complete without it having been sung by Guruji. I remember that when I was younger, I would not sit for the entire Bhavna, but the moment I heard Guruji singing Vadhai, I would rush into the hall to listen. It was electrifying. It was soul-touching. This is because Guruji was never just singing with his voice, but he was singing with his heart. Next, Mahendrabhai Shah will talk about Guruji's spirituality, which makes this possible. Bhavna Auntie will talk about his dedication, both towards the Sangh and towards his own soul. This will be followed by a stavan sung by JSGD Shah.
પ્રણામ. મારું એ પરમ સૌભાગ્ય છે કે મને આજે આપણા સૌના માનનીય પૂજ્ય શ્રી ગુરુજી વિશે બે શબ્દો કહેવાનો મોકો મળ્યો છે. જો કે આમ તો આ નાના મોડે મોટી વાત કરવા જેવી છે. ગુરુજી તો અનેક ગુણોના ભંડાર સમા છે. એમાંથી આજે હું એમના સ્પિરિચ્યુઆલિટી એટલે કે અધ્યાત્મ ગુણ ઉપર પ્રકાશ પાડવા પ્રયત્ન કરીશ. જૈન શાસ્ત્રોમાં કહ્યું છે કે તમેવ સચ્ચમ નિસ્સંકમ જમ જીનેહી પવૈયમ, એટલે કે જીનેશ્વર ભગવંતોએ જે કહ્યું છે તે જ સાચું અને શંકા વગરનું છે. ગુરુજીએ આ વાક્યને પોતાના જીવનમાં એકદમ પચાવી દીધું છે. એઓ જે કંઈ પણ જ્ઞાન મેળવતા એને ફક્ત જાણીને સંતોષ ન માનતા યથાશક્તિ પોતાના જીવનમાં ઉતારવાનો પ્રયત્ન કરતા. દાખલા તરીકે શાસ્ત્રમાં કહ્યું છે કે ઇન્દ્રિયોને કાબૂમાં રાખો અને કસાયોને ઓછા કરો. ઇન્દ્રિયોની વાત કરીએ તો પોતાની જીભને કાબૂમાં રાખવા ગુરુજી છેલ્લા કેટલાય વખતથી ભોજનમાં 4-5 દ્રવ્યોથી વધારે દ્રવ્યો વાપરતા નથી. મોઢેથી કદી કોઈની નિંદા કરતા નથી. આંખની વાત કરીએ તો બહેનો સાથે વાત કરતા નજરો કાયમ નીચે ઢાળેલી જ હોય. કાન માટે કહીએ તો એનાથી ફક્ત પ્રભુના સ્તવનો, વ્યાખ્યાનો, ગુણો વગેરે જ સાંભળવાના. કસાયો વિશે વાત કરતા કદી એમને ક્રોધ કરતા જોયા નથી. વિનમ્રતા તો એવી કે પોતાનાથી અડધી ઉંમરના વ્યક્તિને પણ તમે કહીને જ સંબોધવાના, કદી તું તાનો પ્રયોગ કરવાનો નહીં. જીવનમાં માયાનું તો નામો નિશાન નહીં. એકદમ સરળ અને નિખાલસ જીવન, જેવું અંદર હોય એવું જ બહાર આવે. એમના સ્વાધ્યાય પ્રેમ વિશે વાત કરીએ તો જ્યારે પણ સ્વાધ્યાય હોય ત્યારે ઘરેથી વાંચીને પૂર્વ તૈયારી કરીને આવવાનું અને દેરાસર પણ લગભગ અડધો કલાક વહેલા આવીને બધું સેટઅપ વગેરે પણ કરી દેવાનું. ગુરુજીના પૂજાઓ પ્રત્યેના રસને તો આપણે સૌ જાણીએ જ છીએ. જ્યારે પણ ઇન્ડિયા જાય ત્યારે ખંભાતમાંથી નવી નવી પૂજાઓ શોધતા, સંગીતકાર સાથે બેસીને એની ટ્યુનો તૈયાર કરતા, અહીં આવીને એ પૂજાઓની પ્રેક્ટિસ કરીને દેરાસરમાં પૂજાઓ ભણાવતા અને એના અર્થ પણ આપણને કહેતા. થોડા વર્ષો પહેલાંની વાત કરું તો એકવાર દેરાસરમાં વોલન્ટિયરિંગ વિશે વાત નીકળી ત્યારે ગુરુજીએ કહેલું કે ઇફ યુ નીડ મી આઈ વિલ બી અવેલેબલ 40 hours a week. આવ તો ગુરુજીના ઘણા બધા ગુણો વિશે ઘણી વાતો કરી શકાય, પરંતુ સમયના અભાવે અહીં હું વિરામ પામું છું. છેલ્લે એટલું જ કહીશ કે ગુરુજી, ઓન બિહાફ ઓફ JSGD, a very big thank you to you. We will miss you a lot and wish you all the best for the next phase of your life. Jai Jinendra.
Pranam, Jai Jinendra. It's one of those times where words seem really superficial and inadequate, but even so they must be expressed because they carry the voices from the heart and soul of all of the hundreds of people of Jain Society of Greater Detroit. For a human being who's held in really high regard, his dedication to the society has been and always will be a monumental inspiration to every member of the society. Mahendrabhai, Guruji as we call him, his devotion to his family, his career, his dedication to the society, his passion for music, his love for study class, puja, bhakti, the library, and most of all, his commitment to the Jain values and principles resulted in everything that Guruji ever touched was always par excellence. His dedication to study class resulted in his hours and hours of his commitment to work and make it better, to improve attendance. But it's not just what Guruji did, it was also who he is and the principle that he lives by. You'll never catch him in idle conversation. You will never catch him talking in the Rang Mandap. He was active in the society, thus attended a lot of personal events, society events, prayer services. He came on time, did what needed to be done, and he was gone. He knew how to detach himself. But the most of all, what touched us, and we've learned from him, is his way of accepting whatever came to him in this life. Be it Saroj Bain's illness, Samir Bhai's condition, or his own challenges, the good and the bad, he knew how to accept it with grace and with dignity. His devotion, his dedication, his way of detachment, following the Jain principles in his life has resulted, we believe, in a sanskar that's now etched in his Atma. So our prayer for him is that this sanskar manifests in this lifetime, in all of the other lifetimes to come, gives him the strength to walk down this path to moksha, and in turn inspires us to do the same toward that journey. Today I'd like to end with a saying by an anonymous person. Dedication is not what others expect of you, it's what you can give to others. And that's exactly what Guruji did. He has dedicated his life to us. I can safely say he loved and cared for every member of the society equally. No bias, no judgment, no discrimination. And he has always been an important part of our life and impacted us positively. So Guruji, thank you so much for being such an important part of our life, for impacting us and inspiring us. And even though distance separates us, we look forward to this continued inspiration. And we will always be indebted to you in this lifetime and every other lifetime to come. Thank you so much. Pranam.
शान से गान से जय जयकार कीजिए, गर्व से गुरुवर का बहुमान कीजिए। शान से गान से जय जयकार कीजिए, गर्व से गुरुवर का बहुमान कीजिए। शान से गान से जय जयकार कीजिए, गर्व से गुरुवर का बहुमान कीजिए। जो प्रतिबद्ध है ज्ञान से धर्म से, ये कहानी है अपने धर्मवीर की। दिल में समता की ज्वाला दबकती रही, और दया भाव से सबके दिल में बसे। चरणों में उनके सर झुका दीजिए, गर्व से गुरुवर का बहुमान कीजिए। शान से गान से जय जयकार कीजिए, गर्व से गुरुवर का बहुमान कीजिए। चल के तकलीफों से सींची पाठशाला, क्योंकि बच्चों में संस्कार महकता रहे। अपनी हर सांस में पूजा भक्ति का पाठ, क्योंकि शासन का झंडा लहराता रहे। सुवर्ण अक्षरों में लिखवा दीजिए, गर्व से गुरुवर का बहुमान कीजिए। शान से गान से जय जयकार कीजिए, गर्व से गुरुवर का बहुमान कीजिए। आओ निश्चय करें और खाए कसम, उच्च आदर्श गुरु के निभाएंगे हम। सारे सपने गुरुवर के हो पूरे, ऐसा पुरुषार्थ दिल में जगाएंगे हम। सारे संकल्प सर पे उठा लीजिए, गर्व से गुरुवर का बहुमान कीजिए। शान से गान से जय जयकार कीजिए, गर्व से गुरुवर का बहुमान कीजिए। शान से गान से जय जयकार कीजिए, गर्व से गुरुवर का बहुमान कीजिए।
We will also hear from Guruji's son, Rahul Shah.
JSGD everyone. First of all, on behalf of my dad and our family, we'd like to thank you all for organizing this wonderful tribute to him. I know that he misses you all very much in Detroit, and seeing all of your messages and videos will mean a great deal to him, so thank you. I'd like to first speak about his commitment to family. As some of you are aware, he was the first in our family to immigrate from India to the United States in the late 1960s, and since then, our family in the US has grown to over 30 and still growing. And he's always been the patriarch of our family. He's always put the needs of family above his own, starting from taking care of my brother for many years, taking care of my mother when she was ill, but also supporting me through my education and career. And so again, his support of the family is amazing. But it's beyond just the immediate family, it's the extended family. His siblings, his brother, sister, their families, nieces and nephews. He's always been there for them. And again, I think we owe him a great deal of gratitude for everything he's done for us. Second, I'd like to speak about the commitment to community, specifically the Jain community, but even more specifically, the children of the community in Detroit for all these years. I think, as again, all of you are aware, he and a group of uncles and aunties in the 1980s started study class in Detroit. And I remember as a young boy going with him to a variety of different halls that we would rent before the temple was even built, starting from Northwest Unitarian Church in Southfield to Armenian Church in Farmington Hills, and helping him set up for study class. And the dedication and commitment he showed was truly remarkable. And now, over 30 years later, we have this wonderful temple in Detroit and a thriving study class. And I think that's such an important legacy that will continue and will benefit generations to come. So on those lines, I wanted to pass it on to our kids, Jan and Serena, the next generation, and they want to say a few words about their Dada.
I love my Dada because he is thoughtful, kind, intelligent, and he makes me a better person and a better learner. He has had such an impact on me and Serena. We are so happy he lives with us.
My Dada is the best Dada ever because he is supportive, funny, very smart, and I definitely think that he puts family before himself. I'm really glad you moved here. I love you, Dada.
Papa, we're so fortunate to have you with us in New Jersey. Every day we get to see your kindness, your selflessness, your thoughtfulness. It comes through in everything that you do. We're better off as a result. These kids are so lucky to have you, to see you every single day of their lives. You're truly an inspiration. The way that you live your life is an inspiration to all of us. Thanks, Papa.
Thank you all, and thank you all in Detroit for being such a great community for all these years. Jai Jindra.
Now, the awards committee will say a few words.
Jai Jinendra and Pranam. This is Suresh Shah, co-chair of JSGD Lifetime Achievement Award Committee. Today is a very special day for our society. We are going to honor Mahendrabhai Shah, our beloved Guruji, for significant individual lifetime contribution award. Generally, we give this award during the fundraising dinner, but due to COVID-19, we had to cancel 2020 FRD event. All the members of the award judging committee unanimously agreed to award this prestigious award to Guruji. The special recognition to Guruji is given for his contribution for pioneering Jain study classes for youth since inception of our society and several ongoing religious activities. This award also recognizes his exceptional dedication and contribution not only to JSGD but to Jaina and community at large. Guruji is one of the most humble person I have met in my life. Congratulations and Pranam Guruji. Now I request Mahendrabhai Shah, co-chair of award judging committee, to say few words about Guruji. Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra and Pranam to all. Today is a special day. We are all thrilled about Mahendrabhai receiving the well-deserved, significant individual lifetime contribution award. It is a great honor to speak about Mahendrabhai and his contribution to the society. I have known Guruji for last 34 years, all the way back from the JSGD time at the Armenian Church. I am not sure whether I will be able to cover all his wonderful qualities in such a short time, but I will try my best Mahendrabhai has been known to our community as Guruji. The word Guruji, if I divide, can go into two. Gu means one who removes the darkness, and Ru means one who brings the light. This has stayed true for last 34 years. Guruji has set a great example to all of us and has taught so many religious, social and life lessons through his words and actions. He has seeded the foundation of Jainism in the lives of thousands of our youth and community members. When the resources are very scarce, at that time Guruji spent well worth of time to make sure that our youth get teaching of the Jainism. He is a prime example that one can be busy at work, he can be at the highest position, still you can contribute to the society and for the common cause. Rain or shine, we can always count on Guruji to be at the temple prior to the study class, making sure that things are prepared and done at the right way, and always with a smile on his face and with a calm and caring nature. He takes time to greet and meet people and individual family members. I have worked with him on many teams, including the Jivdaya team and scholarship team, and have seen how the Guruji take care of others. One thing for sure, whatever project Guruji is working on, he will make 100% sure that project is done and it never get dropped out. His contributions are always with tan, man and dhan, and I am grateful to have honor of knowing and learning from Guruji, as he has made such a profound impact on my life, and same thing is for our family and many other families of the Jain Society of Greater Detroit. Congratulations Guruji on this well-deserved award. Jai Jinendra.
There is so much more that can be said about Guruji and about the blessings that he has and continues to shower on our society today. I feel so fortunate to be given the opportunity to honor him. Guruji, we wish that you can come and visit your Sangh soon so that we may honor you properly as you deserve. A huge thank you to all the speakers, singers, and dancers who participated in this event. And finally, a big thank you to all of you, the viewers. Let us use what we have learned today as inspiration to become more like Guruji. Finally, if I have misspoken or upset you in any way, michhami dukkadam.
Guru, thank you. Guru, thank you. Guru, thank you very much. उपकार्य गणित तमे करायम पर तेथी thank you very much. Guru, thank you. Guru, thank you. Guru, thank you very much. उपकार्य गणित तमे करायम पर तेथी thank you very much. पाप छोड़ावी पुण्य कराव्या तेथी गुरुजी thank you. माया छोड़ावी प्रभु बजाव्या तेथी गुरुजी thank you. Guru, thank you. Guru, thank you. Guru, thank you very much. उपकार्य गणित तमे करायम पर तेथी thank you very much. Guru, thank you. Guru, thank you. Guru, thank you very
कारण समझण आपी सुखी करा तिथि थैंक यू गुरु थैंक यू गुरु थैंक यू गुरु थैंक यू वेरी मच कार्य गणित समय करायम पर तिथि थैंक यू वेरी मच गुरु थैंक यू गुरु थैंक यू गुरु थैंक यू वेरी मच कार्य गणित समय करायम पर तिथि थैंक यू वेरी मच તમારા ઉપકારનો બદલો આપી ન શકીએ થેન્ક યુ સતશ્રી અવળાઈ સહી અમારી ભાવથી રાખ્યા થેન્ક યુ ગુરુ થેન્ક યુ ગુરુ થેન્ક યુ ગુરુ થેન્ક યુ વેરી મચ કાર્ય ગણિત તમે करायम पर तिथि थैंक यू वेरी मच गुरु थैंक यू वेरी मच
Jai Jinendra and Pranam. Thank you to all speakers who spoke today and shared their experiences about Guruji. These speakers were carefully chosen from various age demographics and generation, and we believe represent all of JSGD. We received several phone calls from our society members who also wanted to talk about Guruji's life. However, due to time constraints, we could not include their videos. We humbly seek your forgiveness and Michhami Dukadam. And Michhami Dukadam to Guruji as well that we were not able to include those videos. Now, let's hear from Guruji.
युग प्रणेता युग प्रचेता युग पुरुष लो वंदना विनय नत बद्धांजलि हम कर रहे अभिवंदना धन्य है सौभाग्य तुमसे कुशल अनुशासा मिले दिव्य जीवन पा तुम्ही से भव्य शत दल है खिले तपो युग युग धर्म शासक जय विजय पग पग वरो तुम्ही नैया के खेवैया पार भव जल से करो पार भव जल से करो वंदे गुरुवरं वंदे गुरुवरं वंदे
Jai Jinendra Guruji and Rahul Bhai.
Yes, can you see us?
Thank you. Jai Jinendra Pranam. Wow, I never thought this would happen. I have to thank you all. Really making me part of this Jain Sangh, and I'm really fortunate. All I can say is I have to come down sometime in next year or so and meet everybody, but it's a blessing. All I can say, thank you. If I did anything wrong by Man Vachan Kaya, please accept my Michhami Dukadam. Jai Jinendra, Pranam.
Again, Guruji, congratulations from the entire Jain Society of Greater Detroit. We have heard many nice things about you, and you are a living example for all of us. Again, congratulations for the significant lifetime contribution award. And we believe we see the award back on the back, and also the wonderfully created the photo books from Jain Society of Greater Detroit. And humble Guruji, we definitely gonna missing you already. I'm pretty sure we will make an every active effort to see you in person anytime we visit New Jersey. So Rahul Bhai, Anjali Babi, please watch out for lots of Jain Society of Greater Detroit family visiting you, because you are owning the gem of our society. So thank you, and Jai Jinendra. And signing out from now.